Hi, my name is Lynn, and this is God is Real. If you're like me, you've been watching the news and watching, see what's going on with the virus and what's going on in the world. Today, I want to share with you some things concerning what I've seen and I as Father. First, I want to talk to you about the coronavirus. Saw that on the news that it has mutated again. And in this mutation, it's called virus. And they say it's 70% more contagious than COVID-19. Well, CDC also said there's nothing to be too concerned about, and that the the vaccine that we have for COVID might work for the virus or the mutation. Well, when I got up to talk to my father, father told me that it's not going to work. He said that virus is just in the beginning stage of its mutation, and that it is going to be 70% as deadly as it is contagious. This is the virus that I told you about in the beginning in one of my videos. When I talked to Father, this is what he said: prepare. Prepare for the worst, because the worst is yet to come. He said there would not be any way to prevent the spread of this virus. He said that we must be diligent and obedient. Obedient to the ones that know what it takes to keep this from spreading. The CDC have told people to wear masks. Father told me that the regular mask that we're wearing for COVID-19, it won't be enough for the more contagious variant. Variant is 70%, they say 70%, but it is the most contagious virus ever. And it will last longer on surfaces. And in this also, why is being mutating to be more deadly, people are going to fight against it. And that is our downfall. Our pride and our selfishness as human beings don't want no one to tell us what to do, especially Americans. And I'm not saying that is a good thing at all, because it's not. When those that are in authority and have the knowledge tell us what we must do, we should do it. But because of who we are and how we go about doing things, we won't stop this spread. God have given us a vaccine, but yet he did not take the credit. We have not given him the credit. I should put it that way. We turn to man, and man said himself, the scientist says themselves, that they have never come up with a vaccine so quick for such a deadly virus. Because God has kept to his word. He said they will have one. But I'm telling you, this second one, there will not be a vaccine for it. This virus is going to be so bad. This is what Father told me. The virus is going to be so bad that you will have to wear a full face mask with respirators. And I know that people in this country is not going to be willing to do that. And they also said that he also said that this virus is going to take on a nickname. The nickname will be death. Because anyone that gets it will die, especially those that already caught the coronavirus. The antibodies will not fight against this strain. Father also said that things were going to be so bad that civil unrest will be to a point that they have to have martial law. I'm sharing this with you because my father told me to warn you that you may take the proper precautions and actions to protect your family from what's to come. That means that the things that is on far as jobs, far as the stocks, crashing, job lose, loss of jobs, unemployment rate going up higher, that will follow. But I asked Father again, Father, did this come from you? He said, no. He said, this is man made. And he said, I stopped the first, but I said I would not stop the second. I asked him why, because I didn't understand. How is it that he had stopped the first but not the second? And he told me. He said the first was with grace. I gave them a period to repent. They choose not to. Choose to stand in sins and thinking that because he bless you regardless, you think it's a permission to continue in the sin. That's what he said. But he said, this time I will not stop it. So I asked him, what can we do then, Father? He said, for those that do not know me, that have not given their life, that have not repented of their sins, let them do so now. And for those that have done it, let them cry out for strength. For Father said, who shall be able to stand? He said, this is the time of great sorrow. And will it continue? It will continue. So I asked him, what can be done also that people may stand and make it through the time of this turmoil and tribulation and time of sorrow? He said, turn to me. That's what he said. Turn to me and not man. He said, man wants the gifts, but not the giver. There's something how we want what God can bless us with, but we don't want God himself. Only when things are going bad do we want to cry out to him. So I understand where he was coming from. But he said to me, tell them not to look to man. Not to think that these things are going to change and be better. He also said that the year 2021 will be a year of deception. Man would think that everything is going back to normal, but it will be deceived by it because the virus is not finished. Sorrow has just began. He also told me to tell you, you will be deceived and you will be betrayed. So these things Father told me this morning to share with you. I wish that I could say more, but I cannot. This is what he said to do. I have done it. I'm Lynn. You be blessed.